Okay, stick with me here, but what if your anxiety isn't some sort of permanent part of your personality, but a habit that you've picked up? Seriously, it's not a life sentence. It's more like a program that's running in the background, and you can be the one to rewrite the code. For so many of us, worry feels like this endless, out of control cycle. But what if it is just a pattern, a loop that your brain is stuck in? Well, today we're going to look at the science of how anxiety gets stuck on repeat. And more importantly, I'm going to give you a few science-backed methods to help break that cycle for good. Okay, to break the cycle, you've got to understand how it's built. So our brains create habits to save energy. It's all about efficiency. And every single habit, whether that's good or bad, follows the same three-part loop: a trigger, a behavior, and a reward. Think about grabbing your phone. The trigger might be a flicker of boredom. The behavior is picking up the phone and scrolling. And the reward, that little hit of dopamine when you see a notification. Trigger, behavior, reward. Easy. Now, let's plug anxiety into that same formula. Research shows that anxiety can run on this exact habit loop. It usually kicks off with an uncomfortable trigger, like a feeling of uncertainty or a stressful thought. The behavior is that mental act of worrying. You start spinning out these worst case scenarios and asking the what ifs and turning that problem over and over and over in your mind. But hold on here, because what's the reward? I mean, how could worrying possibly feel rewarding? Well, it's sneaky. Worrying can give you this false sense of control, making you feel like you're at least doing something. Or it can be a really convenient distraction from a deeper, more painful emotion that you'd just rather not face. Your brain then logs that temporary relief as a win. So the next time that you feel a trigger of uncertainty, your brain is saying, hey, remember worrying? It kind of worked last time, so let's do that again. And just like that, the anxiety loop is born, getting stronger each time you run it. But I want to give you some good news, because anxiety is a learned habit and you can unlearn it too. And you don't have to fight your brain with willpower, which is often more myth than muscle. Instead, you can work with your brain's own reward-based learning system. This three-step process comes from the work of neuroscientist and psychiatrist Dr. Judson Brewer, and it's designed to gently unwind your anxiety. Okay, so step one is to map out your habit loops. You can't change a habit that you're not aware of. So the first step is becoming a detective of your own mind. So start by spotting 3 parts of your anxiety loop. Ask yourself, what's the trigger? Is it a specific thought? Is it a place, a time of the day? And then what is that behavior? Is it mental worrying? Is it procrastination? Or maybe doom scrolling on your phone? And finally, what's the result? What do you get out of it, even just for a second? It might be a brief distraction, a feeling of being in charge. Just get super clear on what your loops are, because it actually helps to write them down. And then step 2 is update the reward value. This is where you hack your system. The only way to sustainably change a habit is to make your brain realize the reward isn't actually that great. And you do this by bringing your full attention to the behavior as it's happening. The next time you catch yourself in an anxiety loop, worrying, ruminating, catastrophizing, don't try to force it to stop. Just get curious about it. So pay attention to what it actually feels like in your body and mind. Ask yourself, what am I really getting from this? Does it actually feel good? Is my chest tight? Is my mind clearer? Or just noisier? When you look closely, you start to notice that worrying isn't rewarding at all. It actually feels tense and it's draining. By mindfully noting the results of this habit, you naturally become disenchanted with it. Your brain's reward value for worrying starts to actually tank. And step 3 is find the bigger, better offer. Your brain is always looking for the best deal. Once it sees that worrying is a terrible reward, you need to offer it what Dr. Brewer calls a bigger, better offer, a BBO. And this is a new behavior that's genuinely more rewarding than the old one. This isn't about distraction. It's about finding something that is naturally calming and that feels good to you. And great options here are often simple mindfulness exercises. So you could simply take a few slow, deep breaths. You could use the box breath. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4, and hold it for 4. This directly signals to your body that it's time to de-stress. Or you could just simply practice curiosity. So when an anxious thought pops up, instead of wrestling with it, just greet it with a, that's really interesting. Other BBOs could be taking a quick walk, putting on a song that you love, or doing a grounding exercise by focusing on your 5 senses. The key here is to find a simple action that genuinely feels better than worrying. Remember, your journey to breaking the habit starts with one small step. So here's my invitation to you for the next couple of days. Just practice step 1. So try to map out just one of your anxiety loops. What's the trigger? What's the behavior? And what's the result? And let us know in the comments what you discover. It's incredibly powerful to see that you're not alone in these patterns. And remember that these patterns take time to build, and it's going to take some time, practice, and patience to unlearn them. So be kind to yourself throughout this. Self-compassion is a non-negotiable here. But by mapping out your loops, updating their reward value with awareness, and finding a bigger, better offer, you're actively rewiring your brain. You're teaching it a new, more peaceful way to exist. And this isn't about coping anymore. It's about fundamentally changing your relationship with your mind and taking your control back. You can break the habit. And if you're interested in learning more about science-backed ways to retrain your brain, calm your nervous system, head to reorigin.com.